According to Yui, she was getting stalked and harassed during her hiatus by someone who was trying to be her boyfriend. And Stalker managed to track her real-life identity down using the healthcare system and apparently lives close by her, which is fucking scary. So let's see exactly what she has to say about it.
Didn't know if I would ever be able to stream again, and that if I ever did come back somehow, I would never be able to talk about my personal life again, much less show you any of myself or my dog or my kitchen, like, on camera. And that is because I started receiving recurrent emails.
I think I've warned you guys about this before. Having analyzed and covered a bunch of doxing. Usually I try not to talk about, like, if the doxes are public, I try not to, talk about it because we don't want to bring attention to it. Obviously, that's kind of like the rule. But if you're a content creator or you're a VTuber or you're thinking of becoming a VTuber, do not post anything from your house online. Like, you might not think about it, but your walls, your floors, your kitchen counters, all of these things could be giveaways. Because what these people do is that they'll narrow, like, their search result down to an area given on context clues that you might have said or spoken offhandedly on streams throughout the years. And, people have, like, large digital footprints online. And then they'll go into real estate listings, even, like, past or expired listings. You can access those. And they will, like, triangulate every single detail that they can. Like, people literally do that. They found people from hotel bed sheets. So just seriously, if you're taking a picture of an object and you're a VTuber, what I do is I put a fabric underneath, like a covered surface, just so they don't see the initial, furniture. I think that's kind of why, like, Pokimane, okay, everybody finds her annoying, but I'm still going to use her as an example here. That's why she said that whenever she moves into a house, she moves in these $1 million houses. Like, they're expensive right off the bat, but she, like, spends a lot of money to completely revamp them so nothing can be recognizable from the real estate listings, because she's, like, super paranoid on security.
From a couple of individuals who were very dead set, not maliciously, but dead set on finding out everything about me. I have to word this very carefully. I was providing a lot of information at the time, like updates essentially on stream about how I was doing physically and the places I had to go to get checked out. And my personal details were being narrowed down day by day.
Scary.
And these were, like, recurrent emails. It got really bad to the point that I just stopped posting updates on socials. And that is why I was very silent for the period of a few months. And I think it's okay to talk about now because it's been so long. And also because I am in kind of a interesting position, both due to my circumstances and due to my own fault. Like, as you know, I'm an independent streamer. I don't have reliable sources or a company or a manager to report anything to. I don't have coworkers that I can really, like, share in these experiences with. And I also don't have, like, really many friends, and that is my own fault. And I handle all of my correspondences myself. And it got so bad. I'm thinking about, like, this example that I want to provide right now. And it's so very hard because common sense, as somebody in this space will tell you, is just if you get messages like that, you don't reply to them, obviously, and I never did. But you also never bring them up.
Yeah.
In public ever.
That's like the general rule because you're giving them attention, and in their head, any kind of attention is good. It's kind of like this it's similar to this phenomenon where, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but, like, there was a period where people started throwing stuff on stage when they went to see artists performing, like idols. And even though these guys are fans and they're stans of the idols, right? But it's about provoking this reaction even if it's a negative one, it provides them with like this weird satisfaction that like, oh, they noticed me, they reacted to me, even though it's not a positive one. So it's like so weird, because I would rather have no reaction than something like this, right? But this is kind of how they operate. This is how they feel.
I feel very nervous doing so, but it was so bad. My disease process was being hypothesized upon repeatedly.
That's
in
tough
detail.
too. That's rough too, because every time a VTuber is sick, there's going to be people that don't believe them. And it's a pretty sad reality.
By someone who clearly had a lot of insight, both into anatomy and physiology, as well as the resources available to me in my general geographic area. And it got very, very specific.
Oh.
Specifically because where I live, it's a bit different from the US in that we have a public healthcare system. So all of our systems, all of our networks, our health authorities, all of the care locations, facilities, they are all kind of intertwined. And because the budget is more limited, a lot of facilities are put together in the same place.
Oh, okay. So they
And it's
narrowed her
also very
down.
like organized by municipalities. So each city gets like one specific center of this sort, and that's it. And they're all pretty condensed together, but because it's all run by the same people up above, right?
Where does she live? Is she in Canada? Damn, maybe I should be worried, Dad.
That's how specific it got. And, you know, I can say right now, like, that emailer could be wrong, that he could be right. I'm not going to say which.
Yeah, but even like if they're wrong, you can't tell them, no, your info is wrong, because you'd still be narrowing it down for them. You know what I mean? So you're just stuck in a situation where you can't respond, you can't do anything about it, and it feels pretty powerless. Unfortunately, it's like the reality of content creation. It's a scary, it's like the scary dark side of it. And it sucks that it's like that. It really does.
It's terrifying either way. And this I can say pretty openly, like it added, I've been talking very objectively about the details that they were trying to touch upon to get to me, but they didn't offer up these details as a threat.
Okay.
They didn't write me with that tone ever. They wrote me with a very
yeah, her rig is so cute.
Sick kind of carrying tone, just wanting to help.
Oh God.
And wanting to be my boyfriend, basically.
Oh God. But like being invasive at the same time, probably making her uncomfortable.
And it was because of that attitude that I really thought about just quitting altogether. Because not only was it a threat to my personal safety, I felt like me doing all of this, especially compared to the literal healthcare environment that I came from, I felt like I was not providing a net positive on society. I felt like I was doing more harm than good to people. My thoughts were so dark. I was philosophically looking into things and wondering if streamers as a whole were good for society. Life, at least the meaning and my purpose mean so much more to me than any money that I will ever make, and I want to do good. I am perfectly happy working a grueling job with tough hours, as long as it's with good people doing good things, and I can feel good about myself in the process. It's I just felt like I wasn't doing this person any good. Obviously I'm upset. I don't like being sent these messages, but what impact am I having on you?
Yeah, but I think that person that's been messaging her, he would have latched onto something else if it wasn't her, though.
I was like, I don't think I'm good for a lot of people in that way. But that's his fault, though. He was just going to find someone else to deal it with, but I can't know that for sure. And I don't do that to self-inflate.
Yeah, the fan or one of her viewers said the same thing.
Put myself up. Neither of us, as much as we would love to think that, we cannot ever confirm that fact, right? I feel like I will always shoulder some of the responsibility
I don't think it's her fault. I think it's sad that she's coming to this conclusion. She's blaming herself while she's basically being harassed, even though the guy, she believes it's not malicious and he's doing it from like a caring way. But I mean, people have been murdered by their like husbands or wife because like they love them too much. It's just mental illness. It doesn't really excuse it. As for whether or not streamers are a net positive or a net negative, I mean, they're here to entertain. They're here to fill a void sometimes that people are looking for. Comfort, escapism. I think we've all fallen back to watching cute VTubers clips to do that. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of like a replacement of TV. Would society be better without TV? If we all just went back to talking to each other, doing activities outside, finding ways to occupy ourselves, yeah, maybe, maybe we'd be healthier. But that's just not the way the world is right now, and I don't know if it's ever gonna go back that way. What do you guys think?
Yeah. And at some point, like, especially with my family's support.
Oh, health records are not public in Canada? Oh, thank God. So is she Canadian or not? You guys said she was Canadian. She says the health records are public. I wonder if they hacked into it or something.
I kind of realized that I just, like, there are some things that I can't control. I need, like, especially then, I just needed to do what would make me happy. I needed to just live.
Yeah, I think she's Canadian.
I'm gonna cry. But yeah, it was heavy. It was really heavy. And to think that I went from that mindset to now this one, and being where I am now, and having all of this somehow happen within the span of a week, I think is by far like the most positive outcome I could have ever hoped for, that I couldn't have ever hoped for, because I did not think that things would turn out this well.
Turn out this well?
That's my yap. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she said public healthcare system, not public healthcare records. I'm not too sure how the stalker found her, or if you worked there or whatever.
I just especially with yesterday, I was sad. Oh, I really like to do IRL things, and I want to continue doing them, and I really wanted to start doing them, and I thought that I legitimately could not and would never be able to because of the risks to my safety. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy that I got to lay that bare, as you guys hate to hear me say. I think I just want to do good, and I don't want to let fear get in the way of that. I'm as guilty as I can feel. There are some things that I can't control, and I will do as good as I can by myself and by all of you, and that's all I can strive for, and it's what I'm currently trying to do.
It just sucks that also the authorities don't really do anything until like something really happens, or if you get like a real threat.
Yeah, thank you for your messages.
And she seems so sweet.
I'm reading them. Thank you. I totally understand that some of you are trying to provide me with reassurance that I provide joy to a lot of people. But it's like how we would treat like a clinical trial of a new medication that's coming out on the market, If the side effect rate is severe to a certain percentage, then
they can't do anything till a crime happens. Yeah, that's a great way to phrase it. That's exactly it, which is kind of backward, right?
Regardless of whether it works well for like 80% of people, it might not make it because it's not safe. And I was like, well, what if I'm not being a good influence on people?
No, I think she, from the very short bit that I watched of her, I get the assumption that she would be a good influence on people. She seems very sweet and very nice, but that's just for me from watching like a couple minutes of her content. That's my vibe check.
I don't feel like I'm a victim and I didn't deserve to go through that. I feel like I thought about it so much that I ended up growing a little bit from it. And I think I became a lot more clear in my my ways, my philosophy of what it is that I want out of this life, what I want out of myself, and what I want for all of you. And the best I can do is, it's all I can do. And I want to be happy. And I want all of you to be happy. And I'll do what I can. Yippee!
Wild stuff. I think everybody should go and check out Yui if you get the chance. Comfy streamer, cute vibes, nice model. And I mean, we can't really help her in her time of need, but we can help her by supporting her. And sometimes that's the best we can do, right? So make sure to go check her out. Hey, you! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. And I'll see you in the next video.